Another week, another compact SUV. And this crazy looking creature behind me is the new Hyundai Kona. Sitting below the Tucson in the range, the Kona is a smaller, edgier take on an SUV from Hyundai. Built to take on the likes of the Volkswagen T-Roc, Kia Stonic, Renault Captur, Peugeot 2008, Toyota CHR, Citroen C3 Aircross. You get the idea, there's a lot of these around. Now Hyundai pretty much have the crossover segment sewn up already with the Tucson, which while no doubt is a very good looking car, is also pretty conservative and is unlikely to turn heads, especially these days given the amount of them on the road. The Kona, on the other hand, seems to be their way of attempting to appeal to the younger, trendier end of the market, with something loud and bold and a bit different from the norm. It's a lot more sedate when you sit inside, and the cabin is pretty much your typical Hyundai cabin. In other words, it's smart and well put together, if nothing to get overly excited about. You can add some optional pops of colour around the vents and in the stitching if you want to liven things up a little bit in here, and I think I would. It's very logically laid out. They've kept the temperature controls separate to the touchscreen, which I'm happy to see, and the screen itself is very simple and easy to use, even if the graphics aren't particularly mind-blowing. Storage-wise, it passes all our tests, and there is a good feeling of space in the cabin, particularly when it comes to shoulder room. It's also got a very comfortable driving position with plenty of adjustment. Space in the back is pretty typical for this class in that it's not especially roomy for adults. And the thing to remember about these cars is that while they might look big and beefed up, the space inside is generally not that much bigger than the small hatchbacks that they're based on. But kids will be fine, and there are 2 sets of Isofix anchors for child seats. The boot then measures in at 361 litres, which is smaller than the i30 hatchback, but larger than the i20 Super Mini. It's also about middle of the road when you compare it to its competitors. It's bigger than a Kia Stonic, but smaller than a Seat Arona. It is quite practically shaped with a large square opening, and the seats fold completely flat, leaving a nice smooth load area. Spec and tech are 2 strong points for the Kona, and the entry-level comfort model comes equipped with 16-inch alloy wheels, aircon, cruise control, automatic lighting and some impressive safety features, including lane keep assist and driver fatigue warning. You can upgrade to the Executive for larger 17-inch wheels, automatic aircon, heated seats and a 7-inch touchscreen display complete with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and a reversing camera. Or to this top-of-the-range premium model, which gets upgraded styling including 18-inch wheels, leather upholstery, electric adjustment in the front seats and even more safety features like blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert. So it's very well spec'd from the ground up, and it also scored the full 5 stars on the NCAP safety test. There's a choice of 2 engines available, both turbocharged petrols in the 1 litre and 1.6 litre GDI, with plans for a diesel and a fully electric version down the line. This is the more powerful 1.6 litre version, which also comes paired with a 7-speed DCT automatic gearbox with 4-wheel drive. That puts it at the very top of the range, but given you can also only get it in conjunction with the top spec premium trim, also at the very top of the price list. And the total package for this one, including the 2-tone roof, comes in at over €30,000. It is a good engine, it feels very gutsy and rugged, and the whole combo of the 4-wheel drive and automatic transmission makes it feel very easy to drive in any situation. Apart from the higher initial purchase price, it also raises the running cost considerably, with a claimed fuel economy of 6.7 litres per 100 kilometres, which it doesn't ever really make in real life, and an annual motor tax bill of €390. You can't help feeling that the 1 litre option would be much better suited to the city dweller that the car seems to be aimed at in so many other ways. Either way, it handles pretty well with a soft, comfortable ride, although again, this 4-wheel drive model does come with a slightly more sophisticated suspension setup, which helps that considerably over rough road surfaces. Visibility is good, the driving position is pleasant, and the steering is well weighted with good body control around corners. It also garners a lot of attention on the road, so be prepared for a lot of second glances at the lights, particularly if you go for one of the more striking shades like this excellently named Tangerine Comet. The Kona has been a real grower for me, and it's one of those cars that when you see it first, you're not quite sure whether you like it or not, but as you adjust, it starts to get a lot more charming. And I think Hyundai are sort of going down the Skoda Yeti, Nissan Juke kind of vibe here, whereby people will either love it or hate it. But the ones who do love it will really love it. And looks aside, it's a good solid car underneath. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. You can follow the links around the screen for more reviews like this one. And if you'd like more information on the Kona, you'll find details of your local Hyundai dealer on CarsIreland.ie.